All right. Hello. All right. I'm not sure if my first hello was recorded, but hello again. My name is Nish, and this is my podcast. And this is a particular podcast for grief, or um, the podcast series that I'm calling Good Grief, because good grief, we all experience that, don't we? Um, and there's many forms of grief that we experience for many different reasons. However, during the holidays, we very often think about and we start experiencing deep grief and loss, and go through mourning maybe over and over again for the people we've lost in our lives, relatives, friends, people that, we really admired, even if we weren't close to them, that have passed on, and we think about them and we grieve. And first of all, this is normal. I wanted to assure everyone that feeling grief, or um, going through ups and downs about your feelings of loss for a particular person in your life, is normal. The grieving and mourning and bereavement period is not linear. It's like it's circular. It goes up, it comes down. It's like waves, or you could think of it as a spiral. It is the main point of this is to assure you that, there's nothing wrong with you when a wave of sadness comes over you, because you're realizing, wow, I'm not going to be spending this holiday season with my father, for example, or my uncle, or my cousin, Roxanne, who I uh, have on my calendar the date of her passing, which was on December 9th. Today is December 11th, but I've been thinking a lot about her, because Roxanne, my cousin, and I'll show you her picture on the screen. She took her own life. She was only 30 years old, and she had her whole life ahead of her. She was loved deeply by um, all of her friends, her family, me, um, and every single person that she worked with. And she worked at this lab that was researching ways to, it was like an environmental lab. They were trying to come up with ways to save the environment, to save um, our animals, insects, marine life. Um, that's the type of person she was, and the type of people she was surrounded by, people who really cared about this earth and about each other. And they really cared about her, because at her memorial service, I mean, it was standing room only, because every single person from her job showed up. All right. But it was a extreme shock that she passed. And I think about her often. I mean, I think about my father, who passed away, daily. And it's easy to do, because I have pictures of my dad all over my house, okay? No matter where you are. Well, not in my bathroom, but nevertheless, I mean, he is around, and I feel his presence, as I also feel Roxanne's presence. And I feel, this is my personal feeling, that she still exists spiritually as a spirit. She's encouraging me to help others um, appreciate life, to live fully, to not forget about your dreams, just to keep going, and just keep carrying on. Um, and so I'm going to do just that. And part of it is having this podcast, Good Grief, because I'd love to support you in any way possible, letting you know that you are um, not wrong to, even after years and years, still feel pain of emotion that a loved one is lost. Uh, to know that your relationship with that loved one doesn't have to die. Okay, it can. Well, it certainly has changed because they're no longer in the physical world, but you can still honor them. You could still think about them. You can create your own rituals around your remembrance of them and do things in their honor. Like a simple thing would be maybe go out to eat or cook a dish that you both enjoyed. And when you're eating that food, you think of them like, wow, we really loved eating this, didn't we? It's just like you can still have a relationship, is what I'm saying. And it's not crazy. Okay. It is not crazy. It's it's what you would call the evolution of your relationship with your loved one. All right. But I know it's a difficult time during the holidays, whether you celebrate Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or any other cultural celebration that happens during this time of year. And most of it is, or most of these celebrations are joyful. And even though your loved ones aren't here to share this with you now, I believe that you should try as best you can to enjoy the holidays as you did in the past. Think of your loved ones, remember them, but be joyful because we we're not on this earth, in this world. We're not alive forever, obviously. And the pain of, your loved ones um, passing is a sharp reminder of that. So the days you're here, as much as possible, live in joy, live in love, and if it helps you, do it in their honor. All right? Well, I wish all of you a beautiful, wonderful, loving, joyful holiday season, no matter what you celebrate. And it's all right to remember and actually feel good and smile when you think of your past loved ones. All right. Take care. I love you, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye bye.